Like, treat these early years as batting practice. Like, yeah, maybe you'll strike out every time, maybe you'll hit a few home runs, but during these years between 18 and 25, it's your opportunity to learn about life, learn about women, learn about your fucking self. Yes, boys. All right, dating advice for guys between the ages of 18 and 25. So I know a lot of my boys fall somewhere in between this category. So I want to supply you with a shit ton of fucking value throughout this video. So drop it a like, subscribe to the channel. Get into it. The best thing that you can do with your time between the ages of 18 and 25 is to invest in your character. Yeah, you want to get girls, yeah, you want to get money, yeah, you want to do cool shit, but if you are weak-minded, if you have no fucking balls, if you lack discipline, if you've never known struggle, then you're not gonna have the character that you need going into your later years. Yeah, you can be a rich guy with a flashy car and a 10 out of 10 body, but underneath it all, if you lack confidence, charisma, and character, then women aren't going to get excited by you. You're just another rich guy with a nice car and a decent body. If someone asks me, "Yo, Kristian, what is the one trait that a man can possess to allow him to dominate the sexual marketplace and win at the game of life?" Like, what would that trait be? Dominance. Dominance is really, in my opinion, what's missing from men today. Like, we live in a society plagued by people-pleasing pussies who pedestalize, who pander, who are terrified of putting their head above the parapet in case, oh, what if I piss someone off? What if this girl doesn't like me anymore? Like, I'm not saying that looking great, being in great shape, having money, having a nice fucking car, I'm not saying that these things don't matter. Of course they do. It's amazing to have these things, but it's your character that glues all these things together to create the finished product that people are desperate to buy. Like, nobody wants a Ferrari they can't drive, and no woman wants to be with a guy who promises to be a Ferrari, but underneath it all is like Fiat 500. So what are some really practical things you can do right now if you're between the ages of 18 and 25 to skyrocket your character as a man and avoid being a Fiat 500? So to build your character as a man, especially during these early years, I want you to focus on the acquisition of social mastery. Becoming a fucking boss around people, okay? Like, a guy who's got an infectious personality, who dominates the social arena, who is at ease in any social environment, this man is going to be forever desired in the sexual marketplace. You know, I think because, like, on a biological level, a man who is at ease in any social environment, who can just dominate wherever he goes, like, on a biological level, women are drawn to this because it says to them, this guy can handle himself, this guy can take care of us, the family. So honestly, man, if you're between the ages of 18 and 25, invest heavily in your social skills. Really practical, just start spending more time around strangers, okay? When I was growing up, I was really just fucking socially anxious as a kid. I didn't want to be around people, okay? But I understood from an early age that to get better with people, I had to spend more time around people, more people that I didn't know, okay? So for you, go to meetups, go to meetup.com, find different meetups that are happening in your city. Pursue passions. Like, what are you passionate about? What passions could you pursue that force you to put yourself in front of people? So for me, I've been a magician since I was 13, performing around the world to thousands and thousands of people. But what do? You know, like, maybe you pursue music, maybe you could join a band, start gigging around the city, go to weddings, open mic nights, maybe you're a comedian, maybe you're into comedy, maybe you can go to the comedy circuit, maybe you can go to salsa, bachata, dance classes, maybe you could volunteer abroad for a summer. Like, I did that in 2017, I was a lifeguard in America. Like, do you see what I'm saying here, boys? I want you to accumulate as much practical life experience around people as possible, because this is just going to make your life easier the older you get. And of course, immerse yourself in cold approach. Like, start as early as possible. I was 13 when I started cold approaching people around the Lake District to perform magic. I had like pack of cards, sweaty palms, like, I was 13 years old at that time. So, I've put in my time, I've spent my time in the trenches. But, if you're 18, 19, 20, like, just fucking start. Like, you're never too young to start, you're never too old to start. But the earlier you start, the more time you're going to be spending, the more time you're going to be able to invest in your character, the more experience you're going to accumulate. One of our community members, Max, asked a question recently. He's like, yo, Kristian, I'm 18 years old. All right, he's 18. And he was like, I'm approaching girls. First of all, well fucking done for getting yourself out there, Max. But he was like, girls are telling me I'm too young. Like, what should I do? You have to expect this. You're fucking 18 years old. Like, of course, girls are probably going to be telling you you're too young. Like, it's cool. Expect it. Like, you're still so early in your journey. And this goes out to guys out there. Maybe you're watching this. Maybe you're 18. Maybe you're 19. Maybe you're 20. And girls are being like, oh, you're too young for me. Like, during these early years, I want you to be hyper focused on getting the experience. Like, don't be so focused on getting laid, getting numbers, getting dates. Like, all this shit will come with time. All this stuff will come as you build your value, invest in your character, skyrocket your social skills. But after immersing yourself in cold approach, everything else is fucking easy. Like, you don't want to be that guy who gets to 30 years old and still is wrestling with the same fears he had when he was 20. He still can't have conversations, not just with women, but people in general. You don't want to be that guy. So if you are a younger guy, start investing in yourself now. Dive bomb into cold approach. Like, these are your experimental years where you can just experiment without ego, speak without shame, go out there, treat the world like your playground. You've got time, you're early, so just go out there and don't take shit too seriously. Have that. The mindset I want you to go out there with is every conversation that you have during these younger years. These conversations are an investment into your future self, and your future self will look back during these ages, and you'll be like, I'm so fucking grateful to myself that I took the time to invest in my social skills, in my seduction. I'm so grateful I invested in myself early. All right, the other thing that I want you to do if you are between the ages of 18 and 25 is I don't want you to fall into a relationship too early. Now listen, man, obviously it's your life, do what the fuck you want, but the reason I use fall rather than get into is because a lot of guys during these years, I did it myself, they will fall into a relationship with the first girl who likes them, all right? I was like 18 years old at the time, came from a small town in the Lake District, met this girl, took an instant shine to her because she took an instant shine to me. It's a whole like scarcity thing. And I was just like besotted. I was like head over heels because like I didn't have any other options at that time. So this is a trap a lot of young guys will fall into. Like maybe you go to university, you've not been around girls before, you meet a girl, she takes a shine to you, and because your loyalty is not based on genuine desire, it's based on a fear that you probably won't get any more. Certainly that's what it was for me at 18. I was like, oh no, if I don't take this girl, like I'm fucked, I'm not gonna get any better. So watch like my how to skyrocket your SMV video to see how I used to be. Like honestly, I used to look like a fucking turnip. Like, come on. But yeah, don't fall into a relationship with the first girl who likes you. So if you are pursuing cold approach, then this is gonna help equip you with that abundance mentality, knowing that you realize that abundance is not always having, it's knowing you can have. And by starting your cold approach journey early, you're gonna place that thought in your mind, that realization that you can go out there, you can cultivate options. By applying this skill set, you're never going to be needy in your life again. Remember, abundance is not always having, it's knowing you can have. And if you are watching this video, you are struggling with things, you want to make the progress, but for whatever reason, you're just pissing your time away, you're feeling frustrated, you know what to fucking do. Drop us an email, ukdaygame@gmail.com. Come work with me one-on-one. Like during these younger years, I think it's healthy to have as many experiences with as many girls as possible, like getting all that stuff out of your system. Like I've heard some guys give the advice, be like, oh, ignore women for years. And I don't know, I think this is bad advice because like by experimenting with women during our younger years, we can find what we like, what we don't like. We can discover our preferences for future relationships and avoid pitfalls we made during our early years. So experiment with girls, get all that shit out of your system, and then you can understand more about yourself, what you actually are looking for in a woman by having these experimental years. So yeah, I don't think you should be ignoring women for years, just focusing solely on yourself. Like, you know, women are a beautiful addition to your life. Beautiful women are a beautiful byproduct of a beautiful fucking life. So whilst you are in this age bracket, go out there, experiment, get out your system, but don't fall into a relationship too early. Don't just get into a relationship with the first girl who likes you, and for fuck's sake, don't get a girl pregnant. And the final piece of advice I want to share with you is you are far from the finished product. Like at 18 years old, your value is just not going to be as high as it will be when you're 25. And for me right now, being 25, like when I get to 30, I'm probably going to look back when I was 25 and be like, fucking hell, you were still a baby. Like, I honestly believe 30 is when we really start to come into our game as men. But I think what's interesting as well is just because you hit a certain age doesn't just mean that things magically fall into place. Like, your value only increases when your commitment to yourself does. Do you know what I'm saying? Because being a magician, like, I'll go around, perform to groups of people. I'll meet 30-year-old guys who are absolute fucking losers, who are clueless, who don't know how to communicate with the world. So don't fall into the mindset of thinking, oh, I just need to sit back, relax, and everything will be fine by the time I get to 25 or 30. No, you have to put in the groundwork. You have to build the foundations. Like, I view it as planting seeds of value into your kingdom. Yeah, so start planting those seeds as early as possible. Immerse yourself in cold approach. Do as much shit as possible. Do things that scare you on a daily basis. Skyrocket your social skills. Do it all now. Do it all whilst you're young, because your future self will massively thank you that you took the time to plant these seeds. Like, if you're watching this, let's say you're 23 years old, you're not living the life you want to be living, you're not dating the sort of girls you want to be dating, you're looking around, your friends are getting married, getting a mortgage, having kids, buying fucking houses, and you're like, oh no, like, it's over for me, like, what am I doing in my life? And it's like, no bro, chill. Like, you've got wisdom that they don't have. They're cashing out early. They're not investing in themselves. They're investing in liabilities, essentially, like houses, cars. No, take this time, take these years to invest in yourself as a man. And by the time you hit 30, you are going to be dangerously seductive. That's what I say to myself all the time. Like, Kristian, when we get to 30, we are going to be in a crazy fucking place, because, you know, like, my personal journey started when I was 13, and I've been building. I want you to do the same. Like, it's not too late to start. For fuck's sake, if you're between 18 and 25, it doesn't matter how old you are, start now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're watching this, you're 60 years old, and you're like, oh, it's over for me. No, it's not. You can still have an abundant lifestyle, but you need to get out your own fucking way and start creating shit for yourself. Like, treat these early years as batting practice. Like, yeah, maybe you'll strike out every time, maybe you'll hit a few home runs, but during these years between 18 and 25, it's your opportunity to learn about life, learn about women, learn about your fucking self. Like, just decide who you are, what you want to do every single day. Who am I? Who am I today? Where am I going? Like, just continually be questioning things, you know, like, audit your life. Just decide where you want to go. What is your life trajectory? Like, you know, don't be comparing yourself to other people. Like, focus on being better than you were yesterday, last year. And that's the way that we build, you know, not submerging ourselves in self-comparisons, being like, oh, this guy has that guy has this better than me. Like, fuck what that guy's doing. Fuck what that guy's doing. It's not about what that guy's doing. It's about what you're doing. So be on your journey, focus on yourself, invest heavily in your character. I hope you found this video useful. Like, I've tried to condense it. I've tried to supply you with as much fucking value as possible. I appreciate it may have come off as a bit of a fucking rant. Yeah, it's good to get this stuff out there into the world. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to work with me, whatever, just drop us an email. All that good shit. Buy my fucking course. I don't have a course for you to buy. Fucking value galore. Right, nice one. Bye.
You stay sexy, okay?